The other day I was thinking back over the years of my recovery, and I was reminded of something came to mind when I had just gotten done speaking at a meeting. I had been asked to speak at this meeting, and in case you haven't noticed, I have this tendency of using acronyms a lot. Well, this guy came up to me at the end of a meeting. He came up to me, and he was just really indignant. And he says, "What, you think you're smart? You think you're something special using all these acronyms and everything?" And I'm standing there, and I'm just puzzled, and I'm thinking to myself, well, what's the big deal? It's nothing but a creative reminder of nurturing your mind. And all of a sudden I realized I just came up with an acronym for the word acronym. You know, sometimes there's so many crazy things that go on in my head. I don't know what's right and what's wrong. But one of the things that I've learned to understand and appreciate is I'm okay to be who I am. I am who I am. My name is Dean, D-E-A-N, and I don't even act normal. And I'm okay with that today because I live right, I try right, and I just keep on being blessed by God's grace. But sometimes it is good for us to reflect back. I can think back at times when I would get drunk, and I'd be coming home late in the morning, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And there was a side of me that, I knew I did wrong, but I didn't want to bother my family. And I'm walking up to the door. We do some really crazy stuff when we're drunk. We don't think right. We don't understand right, and we don't hear things right. And I go up to the door, and I'm messing around trying to get the key in the lock, and just, it never seems to work. You can't hit the hole. So I'm trying to get the door unlocked, and I'm trying to do it as quietly as I can because I don't want to wake up the family. I'm out there messing around with this key for probably 15 minutes, right? And it doesn't register to me. They're already awake. But I'm thinking I'm still sneaking in. Well, finally I get the door to unlock, and I open the door as quietly as I can to slip inside. Then you get inside, and you're standing there, and you think, oh my gosh, when I try to relock this, it's going to go click, and it'll wake somebody up. So now you're trying to be especially careful trying to get the door relocked after you've gotten inside. Finally get the door relocked, and you start to turn around, and you run right into a lamp. And the lamp falls over and crashes and makes all kinds of noise. All of a sudden, I hear this voice from upstairs. "Drunk again, Dean?" Well, I don't hear right. So I said, "Yeah, me too, honey. Go back to sleep." Then it happens. The yelling and the screaming starts. "I'm not drunk. I've been in bed since 8 o'clock. What is wrong with you?" And I'm thinking to myself, well, if she isn't drunk, then why'd she say she was? I just didn't hear things right. But that's kind of the way it is when we're messed up, when we're drunk or high, and we just don't know what's going on. We don't hear things right, and we have a hard time even talking. Have you ever noticed when you're drunk, it's really hard to say some certain words? Words like Worcestershire. That's hard to say when you're drunk. I used to always call that Worcestershire sauce, not Worcestershire, because I couldn't say Worcestershire when I was drunk. Another word that's hard to say is anonymity. Try to say that when you're drunk. Or superlative. Now, these are some tough words. I couldn't even say the word belligerent. I didn't have any problem being belligerent. I just couldn't say it. Another word that's really hard to say when you're drunk is no.